Hello, my name is Teacher Bobby, and let's take a look at this question together, shall we? A figure is drawn on a piece of square paper with length 40 cm as shown. The figure is made up of one large quarter circle that you can see over here, one small quarter circle over here, a square, and four straight lines, which is DF, FG, GH, and HE. AB is 14 cm and BC is equals to CD. Now, based on this question, let's put in some information from the question that is not shown in the diagram. Mainly, BC equals to CD. So let's just indicate that they are the same. Now, from here, what are we trying to find? For part A, the length of BC. BC is over here. Now, whenever we want to find the length of any line or any area, it's best to see or to identify, is this part of a line that we already know? And we do. BC is part of AD. BC is part of AD. And do we know anything about AD? We do. AD is actually the same as the length of the paper, which is 40 cm. So what can we do from here? Well, the first thing we can do is to, remove the part of AD that we know, which is AB. So if we remove away AB, we are left with BD, which is 26 cm. And BD is actually made up of BC and CD. As we have labeled earlier, they are the same. Hence, what we need to do is just to take BD divided by 2, and we'll get the answer 13 cm for the length of BC. Pretty straightforward for part A, isn't it? Now let's take a look at part B. Part B, we have to find the perimeter of the figure. Now once again, what do we understand by perimeter? Perimeter will be the lines that forms the shape. Okay, the lines that form the shape of the figure. In this case, it is what my mouse is tracing. It's the outline. And it is made up of, the big arc over here, the smaller arc, and several straight lines, as we can see. So let us start off with the heavier calculation. Let's find the arc of the big quadrant. Now, since it's a quadrant, it will be 1/4 times pi times 2 times r, or 2 pi r. Basically, this is the other formula to find circumference. The usual formula is pi times d, but don't forget, diameter is 2 times of radius. Hence, we can actually take pi times 2 times r. It is the same method, or it's the same formula. Alternatively, you can always go and find the diameter first. In this case, it will be 2 times 20, which is 40. How do I know that it is, the radius is 20? Well, easy. Take a look over here. The quadrant has the same radius as the square. This means this 40 cm is equals to the radius and the square as well. So all we need to do is to divide by 2. 40 divided by 2 is 20. And by inputting all these numbers into a calculator, you'll get 31.4 cm for the arc of the big quadrant. Now we need to find the arc of the small quadrant. What is the radius? Radius is BC, and as we have calculated earlier in part A, BC is 13 cm. Hence, we just need to use the same formula and put in the numbers into our calculator. We'll get 20.14 cm. Now, what is left with our perimeter? We are actually left with a lot of straight lines. We know this 14 cm over here, this 20 cm over here, and this 20 cm over here. However, we do not know the length of these 4 straight lines. So what can we find, or what can we do? Well, since we are looking for perimeter, One thing that we can do is to, well, stretch it out. We can bring FG all the way out until it forms a straight line with EH. Same thing for GH. We can stretch all the way down until it forms a straight line with DF. And if that's the case, we'll know that this line here, over here, is 13 cm, so it's the bottom line. And with that, we have all the numbers needed to find all the straight lines, which is 20 plus 20 plus 13 plus 13 plus 14. Don't forget this number over here just because we have already used it or because the question has given it to you. This is also part of the parameter. Now, with that, we have all the lines we need. We just need to add them together. And our answer will be 131.81 cm. Okay, thanks for listening, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.